Hi, everyone. I'm Sweet Melba. Thanks for joining me for Sunday on the Porch. So, Happy New Year 2026. For me, this is really a simple approach to the year, I think, is my focus this year. And choosing experience. And experience meaning being more mindful of the activities that I'm choosing to do and thinking about why I'm doing them and just really being more in the moment. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. So, thanks for joining me. So when I say experience, choosing experience, I'm not talking about, a to-do list of experiences that I want to have or a bucket list. A lot of people use that. And I'm not very fond of that. I really think it is experience and experiences. But, for me, that means, what I'm enjoying about the activity? What am I gaining from what it is that I'm doing? And really being more mindful and more present, I guess you would say, about being aware of what that experience is. What is it that I'm gaining from doing that activity? Or it's simple, or, a trip, or whatever that may be. Just everyday stuff and why I'm doing it and why it's beneficial in my life. And I think experience for me is, in some respects, a state of mind, I guess you could say, of being really aware and in the moment of what you're doing and why you're choosing the activities that you do. Again, from the simple things during the day and what we can all enjoy when we have a different outlook on what we're doing and why we're doing it. So I think this mindset really for me started last year in 2025. My husband and I took a month-long trip and it was great. And there was a feeling, there was something about that trip that I recognized early on that was peaceful, calm. Uh, I didn't feel like I had an agenda, like I was having to check things off my list. We just didn't approach our time on this trip that way. And this was kind of new. I mean, certainly there were things that we wanted to go and do, and we wanted to make sure we did those. But each morning was very slow. We enjoyed coffee. My husband made breakfast pretty much every morning, so that was nice. But it was just being more aware of the activities that we were going to do that day and that we took it very slow. We really didn't have, we had to be somewhere at a certain time. We really were enjoying just the process of making decisions each day about what we were going to be doing and why we were going to be doing it. And it was just something that was very, again, calm about that. And I didn't miss having an agenda. I didn't miss a routine, and a month's a long time, but not having a routine every day, which, we do at home. And it was those kind of awarenesses that really stuck with me, uh, even during the trip, but even more so when I got home. And I just felt like I was at a different point in my life. And I think that trip really brought that awareness to me. And it was an opportunity for us to do that. And I just really appreciated that and came home with a very different outlook than I had before we left. So coming home, it just really, I didn't want to do the things I had been doing before we left on the trip. And it was just very eye opening for me. I was very much at peace with this new awareness of I was going to look at the day very differently. And why was I doing certain activities that I was doing that I really wasn't enjoying? And is there a way that I could look at that differently? Or Uh, is it something that I just needed to move on from? And that again has really stayed with me all this time. And now starting a new year, even more so. One of the other things that kind of has been a very enjoyable part of my day has, and I want to continue this into the new year and going forward, right? But morning coffee and morning coffee with my husband. And we have just gotten into this new kind of routine in the morning, that we really aren't rushing off to go do something or get something done first thing in the morning, that we're really enjoying our time together, having coffee, watching the news a little bit, and talking about what we're going to be doing that day, whether that's individually or together. And it just has been a very calm, um, really, again, thinking about what we were going to do and why we're doing that, whether again it's individually or together, and how that fits into a bigger picture of our priorities and things we want to be doing, that and the things we aren't going to be doing, for that matter. So it has just really been a nice time, and something that I don't know that we consciously knew we were doing, but when I start thinking about what I've really been enjoying over the last few months and looking forward to, that's one of them. Just really carving out that time in the morning, or reserving that time, I guess you should say, uh, to allow for us just to kind of approach the day and decide what it is we're going to be doing, and why that's important and why we're doing it. So I've really been enjoying that. And maybe you enjoy that aspect of your morning as well. But yeah, making time to be able to do that. So definitely. And our conversations have, they're the simple things, right? It's not always, some big activity or whatnot, but just the simple things that are in our day. What, our regular things that my husband wants to be doing, what are the things I'm going to be doing, and really finding enjoyment in those, looking forward to those. And the things that we aren't really interested in doing or are kind of moving away from, being content with those decisions and continuing to move forward. So I think it's been very enjoyable, relaxing, and again, very mindful and calming. So I've been enjoying that a lot. So a new year with 2026 is really, I think, as I said, just a simple approach to life, and being mindful, being intentional with the decisions that I'm making and why I'm making those, and what activities I want to be doing and the ones that I don't. And really thinking about that and understanding that. So it's again a simple approach, I think, and I feel very comfortable with that. And that's kind of how I'm looking at going forward, choosing experiences and understanding that it's an opportunity for me to find enjoyment in the things that I'm doing, and choosing those and knowing why I'm choosing those. So that's my approach, and what I'm going to continue to focus on in this new year. So I'm looking forward to it, and really feeling good about what I'm doing. And maybe this feeling of, choosing is kind of protecting, so to speak, I guess, my time, and that it's things that I want to be doing, and there's a reason for it. And being okay and allowing myself the the opportunity to make those decisions for those reasons. And it's just something very, again, comforting and contentment really around that. So that's been nice. So you may be in a similar point that I am. I mean, we're all starting the new year, but midlife. I'm in my 50s. January's my birthday month, so I'm gaining a year. But and I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. But maybe you're in the same situation, and you're thinking about being more thoughtful about the choices you make in the year, and spending time the way you want to be spending time. So I think we all can benefit from taking some time to think about what it is we're doing it, why we're doing it. And if you're interested in sharing, I'd love to hear in the comments what some of those things may be for you, and how you're being a little more thoughtful, and maybe a simpler approach to life in 2026. So, making choices for our activities, the way that we spend time, the experiences that we want to have in our life, and the everyday experiences, and getting enjoyment out of it. And that's really what I've really been thinking a lot about going into this new year. And I think the choices we make matter. And so putting a little more thought and effort into that is kind of what I'm going to be doing. And uh, hopefully everyone can find an opportunity to do similar, if that's the direction you're going for the new year. So I'm looking forward to 2026. As I said, it's my birthday month, so I have some activity planned this month. So I'm looking forward to that. And I've shared a little bit in my previous videos that this is the year that I'm making a big adjustment. Done the work I want to do in my career, and looking at retiring this year, and so I'm going to be making some adjustments with that. So if that's somewhere where you're at or interested in hearing about my process, I invite you to join the channel and subscribe. And that's what I'll be one of the things that's going to be a big focus for me this year. And I'll be sharing some of that because I think a lot of us are at that point. And we have some trips planned this year, and I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to sharing that here on my channel, and sharing it with those of you that are following along. Thanks for joining me on Sunday on the Porch. I'm Sweet Melba, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.